So it's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Hello everyone and welcome to For the Love of Paul McGrath podcast, our Christmas special. And as you can see, it's a Christmas miracle because we're both together in the same spot. And Paddy was just around in and around where I am, and we said, why not do it together? And Christmas is a time where everybody does come together, families get together, and hopefully you get absolutely everything that you want, both in the villa aspect and also from from Santa Claus as well. If you do so, ask for anything from Santa Claus as well. But Paddy, you know, Christmas time, we're going to get into this straight away because there's a lot that goes on at Christmas time. We thought about maybe going down through our best ever Christmas games and stuff like that. Obviously the Santa Claus incident that happened at Christmas, Paddy, and various other great games that we can remember down through the years. But let's take a different turn on this one, Paddy. At Christmas time, Christmas cards are given out, and we haven't cross-referenced this between each other as well, by the way. I'm springing this one on Paddy, but Christmas cards are given out. And before we get to who you wouldn't send a Christmas card to, because potentially I might know the answer to that, let's see, who would you give your Christmas cards to this year, Paddy, in Aston Villa, from an Aston Villa point of view?
Well, I think that's an easy answer. I think all of the when we look back at 2024, we look back at it with fondness from the players that delivered Champions League football, albeit we have had a little bit of a blip in the last close enough few weeks. But we appear to be over that now and heading into a very important period. But the players have delivered Champions League football. Unai Emery has delivered Champions League football. Our owners has delivered an amazing experience for us. So I think all of them are on my Christmas list this year. And
very much so. I think the same for me. Unai Emery is getting a big, massive Christmas card from me. Definitely everything he does has been a positive, I think, in 2024. Look, results haven't gone our way, performances haven't gone our way, but it's about muddling through, I suppose, muddling through the uncertainty of injuries and muddling through, I suppose, down periods, lull periods as well, yet still achieving at the end of the day or at the end of the year is a big strength of Unai Emery, because, you know, a lot has been made of him. Can he do it at a big club? Or, you know, can he do it under adversity? And I think anybody who asks that question about the adversity side is always plumb wrong, because throughout the course of his career, Sevilla, there was a lot of adversity, a lot of turnover of players. Villarreal, small budget, performed at all those, and absolutely brilliant. And I think definitely something that he, as an ad comes on in the back here, and I'm wondering what the hell is happening. Go away, come back on, fireplace again. Jesus, this is live. We're not going to cut that one out as well, but so we're doing this essentially live. When you see this, that I was as surprised as that. But going back to it, Unai Emery is definitely somebody that that deserves a Christmas card for what he's done. Anyone else in the team, Paddy, that you give a Christmas card to?
Well, all of them have shone throughout the year and made us happy. Obviously, there's people that have hit blips and downturns in form, but like you mentioned Unai Emery and the amazing job he's done. If we look at the Leipzig game and all the players who were there under Dean Smith are still involved, it just shows what an amazing job he has done and an incredible situation he has us in. So I think he deserves all the plaudits this Christmas and all the thanks this Christmas. And just delighted to have him, and delighted to have him for many, many years, I hope.
Yeah, look, I suppose for me, I would give Christmas cards as well, as I said to everyone. But what I'd like to do, Paddy, is, do you know those Christmas cards that actually play a song or the confetti blows up out of them? You know, when you set it and when you open it up, it blows out. I'd love to give one of those to John Duran. I think the look in his face, trying to figure out what the hell has gone on, would be absolutely hilarious. I just love to give him one of those. And look, he deserves it as well, because he's been that piece of confetti that pops out of the Christmas card for us, because he's been that something different for us so far this season. Won us a lot of points, really grown into his role within the team, and definitely somebody that has put a lot of eyes on Aston Villa. So he'd definitely get a Christmas card from me as well, I think. Just to single one person out, I suppose, for their contributions in 2024 so far.
Absolutely, and especially in the first few games of this season, he's more than surprised everybody. So a surprise at Christmas for him would be a good shout.
Yeah. There's gestures and everything happening on the screen now. This is all going wild here. I don't know. There's big thumbs up happening on the screen, and this won't be edited out because I'm not good enough at that crack. So Paddy, that's who we would send a Christmas card to. Who wouldn't you send a Christmas card to, I suppose? And this is probably what people are going to tune in for.
Well, I think everybody will know that I'm not sending Howard Webb any Christmas cards or anybody at PGMOL any Christmas cards, but the people who are bottom of my Christmas card list are the people at the Premier League who 2 years later were still waiting on the charges to be brought against Manchester City. We've been told they've all been heard. So when are we going to hear from them? I don't know. But it's they're bottom of my list for taking so long to sort this out. And if we go back to when they announced these 115 charges, we played them 3 days later and they absolutely wiped the floor with us just to give 2 fingers up to everybody. So it'd be just our luck to play them again when all these charges are announced. But there you go.
Yeah, I think I could have put money on that one, Paddy. I could have made myself very rich. Or maybe not, I wouldn't have got great odds in you putting up PGMOL. But Man City, I suppose, as well. Look, they might get a New Year's present, or the league might get a New Year's present. Who knows? And we'll see which way that one goes as well. But we farmed out some questions for this. I don't know that anyone see it because we only got a couple of responses back. We got some really good responses back, Paddy. For kind of questions that we could answer, something a small little bit out of the box, I suppose. And one of them came in, and it was, could we equate Villa players to items or accoutrement that you would have with a Christmas dinner, Paddy? So essentially, picking yeah, that sounds like a town outside Ballinasloe.
Is that a new player we signed?
Yeah, accoutrement, great right back. But so essentially, pick something from your Christmas dinner and assign that to a player because it reminds me of that player. I don't know which way this one is going to go, but I'm going to let you start, Paddy.
You're going to let me start?
I'm going to let you start.
Well, I know there's the obvious ones that you would obviously have on your Christmas dinner, but the one thing might surprise a lot of people that I can't live without on Christmas Day is my Yorkshire puddings, Neil. So I have to have Yorkshire puddings on my Christmas dinner or I'm not happy. So for me, the Yorkshire pudding is a treat. It's top of the tree for me. It's something we get maybe once or twice a year. It's not a big deal here in Ireland. So I'm going to call Emmy Martinez the Yorkshire pudding because we can't live without him.
The Yorkshire pudding has a hole in it, Paddy. I don't think I want my goalkeeper to have a hole in it.
Well, it doesn't really have a hole in it. It's solid. If the ball comes through the hole, it'll hit his chest. It'll be fine.
Hopefully, yeah. And he has done that so far. So far, so good with regards to that one. Yeah,
of course.
Strange one. I can safely say I've never had a Yorkshire pudding on my Christmas plate, but each to their own, I suppose.
Have you ever had a Yorkshire pudding?
Oh, I have had a Yorkshire pudding. Yeah, I've had Yorkshire pudding. Absolutely. I just never had one on my plate at Christmas time. Never had it. I'm going to take the easy way out in this one, Paddy, and I'm going to go with John McGinn as the turkey for obvious reasons. He's the captain of the team. You know, the turkey is everyone buys the turkey. Turkey is synonymous with Christmas as well. Obviously, you've got the ham there as well, but the turkey definitely comes first. And being the captain of the team and the leader, I'm going to go with John McGinn. And he dresses up in an inflatable turkey as well. Yeah, arguably he's 2-footed. He's got 2 good legs, as we saw. He finished with his right foot recently as well, and we know he's left-footed. And I don't know, the turkeys have big arses, but they have big tail feathers as well. So yes, John McGinn is the turkey. John McGinn is definitely the turkey, Paddy. I'm going to put it over to you next because I'm trying to think of anything else that goes with the Christmas dinner.
Oh, well, I suppose here in Ireland the tradition is usually turkey and ham. So ham. What's ham? Ham is a solid. It's a little bit salty. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Emi Buendia on this one. Emi Buendia, a little bit salty, a little bit throwing the hands in the air, losing a little bit of. Has a good bit of saltiness in him, and I'm gonna call him the ham on the Christmas plate.
Last year that would be Morgan Sanson, I think, if we're going with something salty. But yeah, I can't disagree with that. You know, staple, solid, bit salt. Yeah, I'll go with ham for Brindy. I would never have associated him with ham before, but I am now. I think it's his birthday on Christmas Day as well. So Feliz birthday to you, Mr. Buendia, Senior.
Campagnanos,
I think it is.
That it?
Yeah. Lovely beer. Feliz Campananas. I'm going to go next. I'm going to go with the...
I'll give you one. I'll give you the Brussels sprout.
Ooh.
Do they have Brussels sprouts on the plate in the UK?
I would imagine so.
Sure they do.
Imagine so.
I'm sure they know what it is anyway.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Brussels sprouts. I'm going to go with Onana. He's Belgian. Why not? Onana's Belgian. Brussels sprout. There we go. Although the fact of sprout means that he might be a small bit small, and Onana is 6'6". I'm going to go with Onana. But I was thinking there of another one, Paddy, staying on the Belgian team. The gravy is Yuri Tielemans, and that's specifically why I didn't.
I think that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah, Tielemans has been the gravy for me this season. You know, he's been silky, he's been smooth, he's been rich, he's been luxurious. His passing has been really good this season, and you know, in the wake of Douglas Luiz leaving, we needed that something extra that we could pour over a very industrious team to kind of make things happen. And arguably, he has been the person that's been making things happen so far. So Yuri Tielemans is the gravy.
He's different gravy.
He's different gravy. Yeah. We're going to go with that one. Is there anything else, Paddy? Anyone else that you'd...
Well, I think everybody is going to have some kind of spud on the plate, good solid spud on the plate. So I'm going to call our good solid centre half Ezri Konsa the spud on the plate that has to be there for everybody. And yeah, I think that probably sums him up.
Yeah, let's just hope he's not roasted. A roast? No. Anyone pick up on that one? Look, we'll leave the Christmas dinner analogies aside, because another one that was sent in was at Christmas as well. There's an awful lot of eating of confectionery, specifically chocolates, and this one is probably for the UK based people. And Cadbury's have a box of chocolates called Roses. And they're not to everybody's liking, I don't think. Some of them in there, aren't everybody's liking. Cadbury's chocolate is brilliant. Obviously, don't get me wrong. Everyone out in Bourneville's like, cancel this podcast. But no, they're great. But someone asked if we could equate footballers in general or people in the footballing world to Rose's chocolates. And as I told you, this podcast is not your normal podcast, so we're going to do it. Now, I have taken the liberty of writing down some of the names of the chocolates, because, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have known what the names are, and they're difficult to describe. So we'll probably pop up on screen here somewhere a picture of the chocolates. But the first one is a hazel whirl, Paddy. Where'd you sit on those? And we're going to probably find out whether Paddy actually likes these chocolates or not at any given time.
I do like a hazel whirl. That's the real solid dairy milk with the nut in the middle, isn't it?
That's the one, yeah.
So we're looking for a good solid player, a little bit nutty. World football.
Neymar? Is he a bit nutty?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to pick Antoine Griezmann just for his little bit of
hair,
nutty hairdos or whatever. There's no real nutty characters anymore, you know, like a Simeone or
Jose Luis Chilavert, the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
bonkers.
Our own goalkeeper's a little bit nutty at times, but I'll go Griezmann on that one.
Yeah. It's actually hard.
Probably a soft answer.
I'm sure after this we go, oh my God, there's that nutty character from here. Like Gattuso or somebody like that would be someone you probably call as a nutty character. Next one, I'm going to take the next one, Paddy. It's the Golden Barrel.
You got the easy one.
When I think of a barrel, I think of somebody who's small bit in the tubby side. The only person that's coming to mind when I say the Golden Barrel is Lee Trundle, because his feet were like absolute gold. He'd mind
but he's about 6'4".
Yeah, but he could be 6'4".
And a barrel, I suppose.
He was a bit round around the edges, like
probably not 6'4", but he just felt like he was 6'4".
And if you're of a vintage that never saw Lee Trundle play, watch him on YouTube. He never scored a tap in. His goals were outrageous, but I'm sure
he was a staple on Soccer AM every Saturday for the
showboat.
Showboat.
Yeah, the showboat. Do you know, Paddy, do you know who it is? Do you know who it has to be? Golden Barrel. Diego Maradona.
100%. And
a barrel.
Obviously, he's golden. He's a barrel. Is two of my favourite things in the world, chocolate and caramel. And Maradona, one of or probably, depending on which side of the fence you sit on, the greatest player ever to play the ball. Yeah. We won't talk about the handball. We'll talk about the other goal. Absolutely magic. Did some absolutely crazy stuff in his life. He could have got the hazelnut one. Yeah. But yeah, Golden Barrel is marinara for me.
I'm going to let you have the strawberry dream because like they're the ones I leave behind. I'll eat them after a feed of pints coming in after pub, and I go, yeah, I need something. But no, I'm not going to want a strawberry dream, Paddy. Who?
Strawberry dream. That's a difficult one.
I don't even know if anyone I could even equate it to.
I'm going to go with somebody with strawberry blonde hair. Somebody that has made my life a lot more happier this year.
Thomas Brolin?
No. Damien Duff.
All right. Wasn't expecting that. Because his hair is red.
No, it was strawberry blonde.
Sure it is, Duff.
Well,
Sure
I'll just call it strawberry blonde because for those that don't know, Damien Duff is the manager of the team that I support here in Ireland, and we're champions of Ireland for the first time in 18 years this year. And it's made me very, very happy and looking forward to next season. So Damien Duff is the strawberry. What did we call it?
Strawberry blind. Strawberry dream.
Strawberry dream. Yeah. So it was a dream after 18 years to win the league, and then Damien Duff delivered it. So I think that's okay.
I'm going to take another handy one.
Even if it is a little bit plain, that sweet is a bit plain.
Yeah, still. But I'm going to take the signature truffle. And when I think of signature truffle, I think of, obviously, look, a truffle is something that's rare. It's something that you don't find too often. It's like, it's top table. You go to best restaurants in the world, you get a truffle. And then signature means that this is the signature one. This is the best one of all time. I think that one is going to have to be Leo Messi for me. Best player currently playing football at the moment. Although if you were to read any media at all, you'd think it was Cole Palmer for some strange reason. But no, Leo Messi is still the best footballer to ever lace up a pair of boots in my view. So I'm going to give it to him. And
I think you've got that way wrong.
Why?
You have chosen the signature truffle for Leo Messi over the man that this podcast is named after. Good.
Men in Black thing. Yeah, everyone just forget what just happened. The signature truffle. When I think of the signature truffle, I think of everything. No, Paul McGrath. Paul McGrath is the signature truffle. Yeah. Like he was called the Black Pearl of Inchicore before. I think we're going to call him the truffle of Inchicore because you'd have to. There's been a lot of pigs in Inchicore have been sniffing around trying to find a truffle since and haven't found one. Not nowhere near as good as him. But no, Paul McGrath is the signature truffle. How? Yeah, I'll be sacked from my own podcast for forgetting that one for sure. The last one, Paddy, then is the fudge.
The fudge.
I don't even know.
Oh, yeah. The fudges just remind me of my nephews on Christmas Day when they were snotty 2, 3, 4-year-olds with chocolate rolling down the side of their mouth. So fudge then usually means that somebody messed it up or was, when you fudge something. I'm going to go a Villa-related one and go Bosco Balaban.
Can't disagree. I can't think of anyone else. Bosco Balaban. You're the fudge of the of the roses. Yeah, there's a lot of people kind of going, will you ever wrap this up? This is going nowhere. Yeah, and I'm beginning to tend to agree with you at the moment. But what we have, oh yes, another thing. Some of you guys may remember that I put out on Twitter asking for people to send us in pictures of their Christmas tree. Now, I didn't say it at the time, but the Christmas trees, we will show them here on the screen. But I'm going to get Paddy to rate those Christmas trees. And this is news to him as well. So he's probably there going, oh no. And you're going to rate them out of 5, Paddy. And you can be, so I'm going to let you rate them as you see fit. I'm going to show them to him on the phone here because we're woefully ill-prepared for this one. So, Paddy, you're going to watch it on the phone. Everybody else is going to pop up down here somewhere and you're going to see it. So, first Christmas tree, nice full-bodied, I'm going to say a Nordman spruce with a very, very, very dapper-looking dog in front there. So, I'm going to let you...
We must say that I don't know whose tree this is, so I don't want to offend anybody, but a little bit light on the top.
Okay, like ourselves.
Yeah, and there's a scary looking dog underneath it. Maybe not so scary. Beautiful dog. So I don't want to offend the dog either. But it's a beautiful tree. Extra marks for it being a real tree. And dropping marks because they forgot to put some ornaments on the top. So it's looking a bit bare on the top. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Solid 4.
4 out of 5 is solid. Yeah, if you want to swipe across there, you'll see the next one. So for those of you at home, the next one is an ornament, and it is the angel at the top of the tree, and it's a Spanish angel, a Basque angel to be precise. Paddy, tell us all about him. And what do you rate him as?
Well, I can't see the rest of the tree, so I'm obviously going to have to rate what they've done here. I'm tempted to dock them a point because they've put an angry Unai Emery on the top of the tree.
I'm okay with that.
When I'd be more than happy for him to put, one of those faces, those content faces when he's walking away, head down the tunnel after a victory. But I can't dock Unai Emery any points, so I have to give this a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 for me as well. Yeah, even though. Next one then we see is just an ornament. Aston Villa badge on a lovely blue ornament. What do you make of that one, Paddy?
Obviously, it's the reason we're all here. It says Aston Villa on the ornament, which obviously puts it well up the ladder. Other than that, the tree is looking pretty bare. I can see one blue light. I'd love to know if there's a claret light there somewhere to even it up a bit. But look, I think the fact that they've gone the extra mile of putting a Villa ornament on their tree, we'll give them a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Can't disagree with that either. Next one now, we've got a bit more festive, a bit more of a snow-swept tree here as well. But it's got one Villa ornament in the middle there. And it's, if you guys remember the time that David Ginola was called fat, and next thing he took off his shirt and he the six-pack underneath. It's kind of that six-pack shirt kind of...
Are they not going to see it on the screen?
They will see it, yeah, but I'm still explaining it for those who can't really see.
Okay. We might have some podcast listeners.
We'll have some podcast listeners as well. So,
yeah. That one, again, don't want to offend anybody, but there's kind of a bit of an 80s, 90s throwback off the tree. A lot of lights going on. Might be someone of our vintage having a tree like that, or someone that lives with their mother and father. I don't know.
I don't think anyone who sent this in lives with their mother and father.
But obviously, lovely Aston Villa ornament there in the middle. Other than that, looking pretty bare. I'm going to give that a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Okay.
Just because English people like us saying 3.
33 and a third out of 35. That's what we'll give it. Yeah. And all complaints to Paddy at paddy.com as well, please. Next one we see here, there's a busy Christmas tree going on here. There's a Aston Villa ornament in the middle there, but Paddy's zooming in. He's taking a good look at this one.
Yeah, I'm impressed. There's a Star Wars fan involved here.
Oh,
I can see.
Famously, Chewbacca played centre half for Villa at one stage.
I can see Darth Vader, and I can see C-3PO, and I can see R2-D2. And it's a busy tree. But right up the top there, you've got a 150 anniversary. Or yes. I'd say it actually looks like one of the beer mats we got with our membership packs this year.
Could be.
That's what that
Still
looks
waiting
like.
on my membership pack at the time of recording.
There you go. One arrived in our house. Wasn't mine, but it arrived, and it's rather lovely coffee cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5, just because of the effort they put in. Obviously, big Star Wars fan and an Aston Villa fan. And Elvis at the top of the tree, the king at the top of the tree. And just a little bit of different.
Yes, for all those accidental Partridge fans out there, I was just about to break into "It'll Be Lonely This Christmas," but I said I'd save you all from that. Yeah. This real dad joke stuff that's going on. No, whoa! I forgot all about this Christmas tree. Oh, now we're showing. We've got a Christmas tree here of somebody that is definitely somebody who's been to a lot of Champions League games so far, because it's adorned with flags from the Champions League so far this year. They've got the Munich and the Juventus one flags there, and you've got the Up the Villa flag that was given out as well recently too. Yeah. I think
it's a bit busy. It's obviously a lovely tree, and somebody went to the hassle of putting those flags on just for us for this picture.
I think so.
So I think because you went and got all those flags and put them on and made it look Villa festive, I'm going to go 4 out of 5 on that one.
4 out of 5?
But it's a lovely tree. It really is a lovely tree.
We also have another one here, Paddy. I don't know if you're expecting this. We have another tree here, as you can see. This tree is probably a bit of a cheating tree as well. It's made out of balloons, and it's in a pub in Birmingham somewhere. I can't remember the name of the pub.
Nobody sent us this one. This is Billy Shanahan's pub, I'm sure, because I sent it to you, didn't I?
Maybe you did. I literally just, if I'm like Graham Burgundy, if it's on the teleprompter, I will say it.
Neil will put the name of the pub that Billy Shanahan, who used to have Shanahan's in Aston, has a new pub. I think it's in Yoxall. I might be saying that completely wrong, but there is brilliant work put into that in claret and blue balloons to make a Christmas tree with a star on the top with the Villa crest on it. I think that's class. I'm going to give that 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5. There we go. Could you imagine having that with my 3-year-old and my 19-month-old? And I can imagine all those balloons we
and
burst
this
with.
little dog here as well.
We have another Paddy as well here. We have a little dog here. Actually, I'll pop in he doesn't seem to be enjoying our conversation. He's pretty bored. He's upside down. But this is sight for sore eyes, so I'm going to pop in a picture of him as well, since I'm popping in pictures of everything else. But yeah, listen, thanks so much everybody for sending in your trees. Bit of fun, bit of crack, something different, that we'll do. And as I say, it's all Christmas related, and thank you so much for doing that. And all those trees were beautiful, and I hope everybody has beautiful trees. My tree here, I don't have any Villa ornaments on it, to my chagrin, but that might be rectified soon, because I have ordered one about 2 weeks ago and it hasn't come yet. But that's fine too. That's fine. Christmas comes around every year with the help of God. So yeah, Paddy, look, I think we're going to wrap it up on this. And obviously at Christmas time, it's the end of the year. It's time for reflection, but it's also a time for looking forward and making promises to yourself, or even making wishes of happiness for other people or your fellow mankind. But what kind of Christmas wishes do you have into the next year? What would be your Villa-related Christmas wish?
I have a couple of them, I suppose. I was thinking about this on the way over, because I figured we talk about the year to come. I think the most important one for us as a club, it's twofold. Obviously, I want us to stay in the Champions League again next year, but I really want us to win a cup. Really want us to win a cup, because 1996. There's generations that have missed us winning trophies. It's long overdue. It's the only thing that will put the icing on the cake over the last 2 years. So if that's the FA Cup, it's the Champions League. I think the league is probably a bit beyond us at this stage. But the other two are there for the taking. I'm not saying we're going to win them. It would be amazing if we did. And the other thing I wish for is that world football get this PSR nonsense sorted out, so that the clubs can go back to rewarding fans for being fans and charging prices that reflect what they're watching on the pitch, not because world football wants to have everybody financially compliant. All they've done is pass extra expense on to fans. And I especially think of the fans this Christmas who would normally be at the football and couldn't afford to go this year, that have just been simply priced out of it. And that hurts. Like, it's hurt me this year because the season tickets are just so expensive. I've only got to a handful of games. It's been a tough season for me. Thankfully, I was able to get someone else to use my season tickets, so I'm blessed to have that opportunity. But for those that can't go, I really feel for you. And my Christmas wish is that World Football sort this out. Make sure that it's not the fans that are punished, because we deserve better. All throughout the world, fans are appreciated. We saw in Leipzig, we're only charged €13 for standing tickets. Absolutely amazing. That's exactly how it should be. If you're going to go halfway across Europe to watch your team, €13 is absolutely brilliant. And for a club that I wouldn't have much love for, or a group that I wouldn't have much love for, RB Leipzig did the right thing, only charging that. So these kind of things really hurt me and hurt us as a fan base. So thinking of everybody that can't get to the games, and hope that it will come around again, and fingers crossed we can see 2025 where we can put pressure on UEFA and FIFA to stop the nonsense of there's enough money in the game with investors and sponsors and everything else. Don't hit the fan, because if you hit the fan, there'll be nobody in the stadiums, and nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, can't disagree with any of that. I'm going to add something else on, though. Christmas wish for me is, I think for us to achieve top 4 qualification again, or top 5 qualification, depending on Coefficient FC, and to maybe win a cup. My Christmas wish is that we don't have any season-ending injuries at the turn of the year. Last year's the performances were a testament to an amazing job done by players and management. It's difficult to do that 2 years in a row, specifically when you have to overcome any of the hurdles, like losing Mings, losing Buendia on the eve of the season, and then at the turn of the year losing Boubacar Kamara, arguably our most important player. And as we're seeing now, I want to see Aston Villa get into 2025 and go through the rest of the year. Obviously, we're going to have injuries, but I don't want to see multiple ACLs or multiple torn hamstrings that keep people out for 3, 4, 5 months and stuff like that. I'd love to have a bit of stability within the team. I'd love to have Unai being able to pick from a deck that he doesn't have to shuffle from. It's an impossible wish, but as close as we possibly get to that, I think if we do have everybody firing, that, you know, we can dream of top 5 qualification, top 6 qualification, European qualification for sure, and maybe think of having a good run in the FA Cup, because as we know, Unai Emery does like to rotate in those competitions. So let's knock it out of the park and let's see what happens, and specifically, you know, wishing all best of health for all our players as well. I think that's going to do it for us, Paddy. As I say, this was it was an opportune podcast to do. You just happened to be around. I happened to be around. We live about an hour and a half away from each other, and we said we'd hop in together. We'd no real and there's more. Oh damn, we've got some stuff, some adverts in the background. They're not from us. Do not look at them. Do not look at them. So it was opportune, and now there's something on in the background. I don't know what that is. Anyway, forget about watching that. We're just about to finish up anyway. But look, I wanted to wish everybody here a happy, healthy, and a blessed Christmas. However you celebrate it, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever you do around this time of the year, I hope it goes well. I hope your family are safe, healthy, and hearty, and I hope that you eat everything. I hope you drink everything, if that is your persuasion as well. And I just hope everybody is happy. It's been a tough 5 years, I think, for everybody, and the world's a strange place at the minute. It's probably arguably always been strange, but you know, getting back to living our own lives and our own bits and pieces that we do ourselves and garnering happiness from that is what we want to do. And I wish everybody all that happiness in whatever you do over the course of the rest of the year. And thank you so much for watching the podcast.
Yeah, big shout out to those that watch the podcast. Obviously, there would be no podcast if you weren't watching. So thanks so much for keeping this on the road and supporting us. And we really appreciate it. And we hope we give you a bit of a release for a couple of hours every week. Special thank you to our families, because without them putting up with us going missing to record podcasts, this doesn't happen either.
Or kicking people out of the house to record this at 10 minutes notice. Yeah,
there you go. But especially for those who are probably a little bit lonely this Christmas, by all means reach out, drop us a message, say hello. You know, we'll always reply and have a chat. I know it can be a really hard time for a lot of people, a lot of lonely time, a lot of people lost in 2024. Big shout out to Gary Shaw and his family. Our biggest loss this year. There's been many of them, but it's been the one standout, which was a tough loss for the club. And yeah, look, wherever in the world you're watching this, thank you so much for everything. Really appreciate it. And I'm just going to finish by thanking our owners that have us in this position, playing Champions League football, taking on Unai Emery, taking on the cost of a club who were on its knees, and now the fallen giant is well and truly back on its feet.
Absolutely, and let's continue that on into 2025 as well. So that's going to do it for this Christmas special. This cobbled together Christmas special that we won't be edited.
We never mentioned our lovely jumpers.
Our lovely jumpers, yeah. We've got our Christmas jumpers on from class.
We couldn't even match. We couldn't even match them. We had to get the home and away.
No, we couldn't.
Had to be different.
Get the home and away is right, but listen, enjoy whatever you do over the Christmas, and hopefully Villa bring you that happiness as well with some of the results. And we will be with you all over the Christmas with any of the games, previews, team sheet tantrums, post matches, as much as we can. Obviously, it's a family time. We may miss one or two, or we may be singular. It might be flying solo on some of them, but we will endeavour to get you everything. And I hope you have a super Christmas. And all that's left to say, as always, is stay safe, stay healthy, have a really Merry Christmas, and up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Good King Emery came to town after we sacked Stephen. His first game we beat Man U, then we got top 7. Europa Conference and Champions League, we broke that glass ceiling. Can he end the trophy drought? Surely 'tis the season.